Around 2015, wearables started turning into a contest of more. More screens, more apps, more notifications, more noise. And the market rewarded it because attention is currency and the brightest wrist wins. The problem is, once you win attention, you have to keep feeding it. So wearables drifted into a weird identity, half health device, half tiny billboard begging to be checked. Then, a Harvard squash captain named Will Ahmed made an insane bet. He bet that the most valuable real estate on your body, your wrist, should be used for a device that does one thing and does it obsessively. No screen, no apps, no notifications. And this isn't just a wearable story. It's a blueprint for how underdogs beat giants without better tech. Welcome to Creato, where we decode the creative strategies behind iconic brands. Today, we're breaking down the psychological playbook of Whoop, the anti-smartwatch that turned recovery into culture. Apple, Garmin, Samsung, they were fighting for one thing: attention. More features, more reasons to look at your wrist, more reasons to tap, to swipe, to check. But Whoop realized something brutal. If you play Apple's game, Apple wins. So Will Ahmed didn't try to build a better smartwatch. He built a 24/7 performance coach. Because the moment you put a screen on the wrist, your wrist becomes a phone. But remove the screen, and your wrist becomes a sensor, a lab. Your body becomes the interface, not the screen. Here's the twist. Whoop isn't competing with the Apple Watch. It's competing with your uncertainty. Not, what did I do, but what should I do today? That's a completely different product promise. It's not about tracking your past. It's about making a decision for your future. And psychologically, that blank strap does something sneaky. In a sea of glowing rectangles, the one thing that doesn't glow becomes unforgettable. The missing screen is the message. It quietly says, I'm not here to entertain you. I'm here to measure you. Now here's where it gets genius. Whoop couldn't outspend Apple, so they out-distributed them. They used a Trojan horse.
That a professional athlete actually spends a lot of time with that other people don't know. It's their personal trainer. I got to know Mike Mancias, who was LeBron James's trainer. I got to go Keenan Robinson, who was Michael Phelps's trainer at the time. And we started by sending them the product. And we also talked about how...
So Whoop didn't market to fans. It marketed to the gatekeepers. This is the Trojan horse play, using a hidden vessel to enter a fortress. I've broken down how AXA used the same psychology to save lives in a completely different industry. But Whoop used it to get into elite locker rooms. And once you're inside that ecosystem, something powerful happens. Adoption spreads like a virus, but a high-status virus. Because in those circles, what tools do you use is basically a shorthand for, how serious are you? And then came the moment that turned Whoop into a story. In 2016, the NBA forced a player to take it off during a game. And that did something magical. It turned Whoop into forbidden tech. Not just a gadget, something that looked like it belonged inside elite performance circles. Like a secret weapon, like something the league didn't want on the court. And here's why that matters. People don't share a new wearable. People share a mystery. People share a controversy. People share forbidden objects. It creates a curiosity loop. What is that strap? Why can't he wear it? What does it do? Do the best athletes have access to something the rest of us don't? And that created the perfect flywheel. Trainer adoption led to athlete visibility. Athlete visibility created a massive curiosity gap. That curiosity drove search, conversation, and copycat demand. And that demand formed a tribe. Now the question is, once you buy Whoop, why do you keep wearing it? Because Whoop didn't gamify workouts. It gamified your biology. It takes messy, invisible signals, sleep, strain, recovery, and turns them into a simple daily verdict. A score you can't negotiate with. A number that feels like the truth, even if you don't like it. And here's the psychology. People don't chase green, they fear red. You sleep more? Reward. You drink alcohol? Punishment. You stay consistent? Better trend line. You sabotage yourself? Your score tells on you. And it's not just alcohol. It's the stuff people pretend doesn't matter. That late night doom scrolling when you swear you're just winding down. That heavy meal too close to bed. That "I'll catch up on sleep tomorrow" lie. Red isn't shame, it's consequences, quantified. Whoop turns self-control into a high score. And once you've built a baseline, a streak, a story, you don't want to lose it. Because the longer you wear it, the more it stops being a device and starts being a mirror. But here's the second twist. Whoop's real product isn't data, it's permission. Most wearables report what you did. Whoop prescribes what you should do. It sells you the permission to push, or the permission to rest. That sounds small, but it isn't. For ambitious people, uncertainty is exhausting. Should I train hard today? Am I being disciplined, or am I digging a hole? Am I resting because I'm smart, or because I'm lazy? Whoop sells an answer, and that created a new type of status. The Rolex says you have money. The Whoop says you have control. Because in a world of cheap dopamine, discipline became a luxury. So wearing a Whoop signals you belong to the optimization class, people who treat their body like a business. Not loudly, quietly. And notice how clever that is. It's not flashy. There's no big screen, no flexy interface. The flex is the lifestyle it implies. So here's the receipt, the Whoop playbook. Differentiate through constraint. Remove what everyone else is adding, and make the removal mean something. Sell the outcome, not the object. Not a strap, but certainty. Not metrics, but permission. Distribute through gatekeepers, not the masses. Find the strength coach in your industry, the person the end user trusts more than any ad. Build a ritual people repeat daily, a moment that turns your product into a habit, not a purchase. Turn progress into identity, so using it becomes part of who they are. And create a flywheel where curiosity becomes culture. And if you want to see that Trojan horse effect applied to saving lives, I'll link that AXA breakdown right here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Creato. I'll see you in the next one.